So welcome to Challenge the Road. I'm here with the Golf GTE, one of my favourite cars, but I haven't driven one for 2.5 years now. I sold this car to a good friend of mine. He's given it back to let me have another go, because what I'm thinking, could I solar power this car? And I don't mean on the roof, I mean solar panels to a charger to give me 20-25 miles of range a day, charge it up in the day and save a huge amount on fuel. But obviously I haven't got a Golf GTE, but I'll probably like one, so I'm going to check through all the prices on them, do that in this video as well. While we're driving, we're going to look through prices, have a look at where they are now. They had dropped down, and when I sold this, I think this was about 18 to 20k. I think some of these are still around that price, but there is obviously some lower ones. What's interesting with this car is it's done 52,000 miles, so I was really interested what the battery is. I think it had done 30,000 miles when I sold it, so I'm really keen to have a drive, have a look at the electric bit, and then see what I could do with these solar panels. So right, let's head out for a drive. Right, let's just start out on the road. So we're out for a drive. Let's just show you how this works. So we go to P, foot on the brake, and that starts up. Then you can choose your mode from here. So we've got, you press the E mode button. We've got E mode, which is just battery, hybrid, battery hold, and that's just basically holding you back on the braking to charge the battery more, and battery charge, where it's trying to just charge the battery from the petrol. That would mean, with the new laws coming out with villages where the CO2 has to be a certain level, you could just charge up your battery ready. But right, what we'll start with, I'm just going to go full electric first. So, brakes on. This Golf is so good, isn't it? It's just one of the best cars ever. This is full electric, dash has changed. I love the dash on this. Touchscreen here. Everything just works perfectly. You don't have to worry. If you're buying a Golf GTE, they've just done it. Nothing to change. I'll give you an example though of where I am with electric and hybrid. I recently had a ID Buzz lifestyle van, full electric from VW. I went down there to look at some camper vans, which I'm still looking at. But I said, that ID Buzz, that looks cool. I'll drive that. Can I take it now? They said, yeah, take it for the day. I took it out. I still got range anxiety. Now, I wasn't able to charge at home, and we'll go through that solar thing in a bit, but it was, I don't know, it's still not there. 200 miles is not really enough for a lifestyle vehicle for me. I was just looking on here, and I think it's 230 miles of range still, half a tank, 10 miles of battery. So we're probably looking at 440 mile range in this, which is fantastic. If you wanted to go to Wales or a longer journey, Devon, you haven't got to worry. First impressions going back to this Golf, it's very easy to drive. It's probably the easiest car. The weighting of the steering's perfect, the pedals are perfect, the brake's perfect, the accelerator's perfect. The dash is lovely. You know this is going to lead to me buying one, but that was the plan. I thought, I've got the huge van, which we've got all the stuff in, but what I was thinking, I've just put in these solar panels at home, and instead of using it so much for the house, I think I'm going to use it for the cars more, because if I can get, say, 25 miles of EV every day, and maybe charge in the day, get 50 miles, I don't think I'm going to use any fuel. And that's where I'm going to get the saving, because at the moment I don't understand this electric stuff. I think it's going to cost as much as fuel. We're going to be taxed anyway from 2025, and we're going to be in vehicles that affect our life, unless they suddenly come out with higher mileage EVs, 500, 600 miles, which isn't going to happen very quickly. But then if you buy an EV, you're going to suffer massive depreciation, because it's going to be like having an old phone that only lasts 5 hours on a battery, and you've got to constantly charge. Because if I've got the latest iPhone, I've got the longer battery, but my old iPhone is not worth a lot. So the phones are almost becoming, well, they are a disposable product, But the cars are becoming like that because there's nothing to them. Like, I went in a Tesla the other week. I actually quite liked it. The ride on the ID Buzz and the Tesla is still, I would say, rubbish. As far as I'm concerned, the back of the car is still like a skateboard. And whenever you hit anything, like going through here, I'd be going, oh, boom, oh, boom. And if you're in the back, like my daughters would be, it's terrible. So, if we go back to the car and the electric thing, they're all pretty much the same, because really they've just got an iPad display and that's it. Whereas this feels like a proper car. I feel like I've got a lovely dash here. This is easy, nice touchscreen. I've got dials I can use. I can just turn on the heated seat in a second, bang. Not go, oh, go in here, go there. And I know you can probably tune it all to your personal preference, but this car is just awesome. Now, my daughter will be 17 soon, only 18 months away, still looking at a car now. Any opportunity to buy a car. I think I'd buy her one of these as her first car. I think I can get these, I reckon, under 10k by then. This has done 50,000 miles, but it's interesting, the battery still looks like it's getting 22 miles, maybe a bit more, so that's still very good. So from that point of view, she would get used to electric driving, which is very different. Let me tell you, it is not the same as a petrol car. Many times in that ID Buzz, I thought I was going to crash. One, because the back of the car feels so skittish, and two, because they don't lose speed. If I just go, let me just put it in, right, it's in electric mode, and it just won't lose speed. So in my van, when I lift off, because it's a petrol engine, I get engine braking, and it goes, ooh. In this, I don't get that. I know I can probably adjust it and stuff, but on that ID Buzz, it's a bit disconcerting, probably. You feel, ooh, and it made me whack the brakes a couple of times and almost go up the back of people, because I'm used to just lifting off, having engine and then braking. So that's another concern, and I think you'll find that I felt a little bit out of control. I was a bit like, whoa, I'm in like a little spaceship and it's just driving me. And that leads to another thing. We're going to be led to self-driving cars, because you can feel it in these electric cars. You can feel that's the way it's going to go. It's going to drive for you. You're going to press a button and it says home, and it just takes you, a bit like a drone. It just takes you home. Values. We've got to talk about that. Now, I haven't had a look for a few months probably, but I think they're probably around 12, and better ones to 20. This is a GTE Advanced. That's probably what I would recommend. That's a really good version. I don't know how many of them there is. I'll bring up some stuff anyway on there. So I just think they're one of the best buys, and just driving it now, it just feels... So normally you're driving, talking, videoing, driving, and you know, you've got to really concentrate on that. I feel this is so easy, I could just talk all day, because the car's just so easy. The Golf's so good. 5 seats, nice boot, you know, no hassle. I've got loads of space on the road as well. It's just so easy to drive. Feels just really small. But even though the cabin feels really luxurious, and I don't feel in any way cramped, but I feel like I've got loads of road out there. Is there anything with a Golf you can pull a fault on? I don't think so. I can't pull anything on this car at the moment, and normally I'm really good at knowing if there's something wrong with a car, like the suspension just feels right. James, the owner that I sold the car to, he said they've had a couple of punctures. It's a 225 4018. I just said to him, maybe go to the new all-weather, I think it's the Climate 4 Michelin. I think that's a fantastic tyre for these. I wouldn't even go for a performance tyre. I don't think you need it. I've done a video on this car, and it had the most views of virtually all the videos I've done, well, apart from the van. The van always gets more than the bloody McLaren P1, but this has had 26,000 views. I'll put up the video now, you could share that, but that's got a much more in-depth analysis of the Golf that I've done, and I've had a lot of people message me saying, Richard, I bought the car, I saw your video, and I love that. That's just the best feeling, because I know my cars. I've had over 160 road cars personally, and I just know a lot about cars and how they drive, and most of the reviews I do, I've owned the car, and I know that's probably quite an expensive way of doing it sometimes, but I like to do a review and have the car long enough. The ID Buzz I had it for a day. I didn't think it was enough. I've actually done the video and I thought, oh, I'll just put it out as a first drive. I need it for longer. I need it for more time than that. I need to get to know the car. I can't just do that. And I think when normal reviewers, say normal, you know, the people that are reviewing the cars on YouTube, if you haven't really owned the car, I don't see how you can review it. I think that by the time you're getting used to the car, you're almost finishing the videoing. So yeah, so going back to, like, should you buy one? I'm going to buy one, and this just cements it for me. The only thing I missed on my last video, just wait at this junction, I didn't really use the GTE button because I didn't have enough battery and petrol to combine it. So what we'll do, let's come out of here. I'm going to press GTE, which I've done. All the dash is hopefully going to light up. And now I've got full power. And we were saying, was it like a GTE? Was it sporty? Well, let's see. We're not going to go quick at all. We're just going to go sort of national speed limit down here. It's only 50 mile an hour limit. So let's go down here, driving. Feels really good actually. Brakes are really progressive. Let's turn this in. Front end washes wide, rear comes round nicely. It's actually really nice. And how much performance do you need? All you need to be able to do is enjoy the car at the national speed limit, and that's what we just done, and it's fine. You want to go quick, you can get a sim like me and go racing, or any tracks, any F1s. This is a really good car, really good car. I'm going to change back again, like fiddling with these buttons. Now, hybrid, you need to know about hybrid. How does it work? What does it do? What it does is it senses how you're driving and the speed you're going, and then adjusts. So if you're on a motorway, motorways are terrible for electric vehicles and EVs, terrible. When I had my Q4, I lost 25% of range by being on a motorway. That's why all the motorway points are there for you to charge. In this, you use the petrol. It won't use the battery, it use the petrol. Every time you brake, it'll charge the battery. It's the most efficient way of driving. If you want to do a long journey, you have a hybrid. You have no concerns about anything. You can always get fuel, and you can always use the engine to power the battery. So if you want to go through a nice village in Devon and be really quiet, you just go to E mode, and that's it. You're in full electric, and it's just the best. Right, let's get to this junction here. It says keep clear. I don't know why. I'm going to go through here. So up here, what we do is we will try it in battery charge. So what that means is it's going to use the petrol engine to charge the battery. Now what I'm feeling is that when I come off the accelerator, I can feel the car braking. So now it feels like a petrol car. If you didn't have it in that, it can feel a bit disconcerting. Now let me go along here, but obviously you can have that in an electric car. But the Tesla I drove the Model Y recently. I was looking at one of those. Unfortunately, terrible. The regen was so much. Me and the passenger were like, geez, pulling on the brakes. This is just perfect. And because when you pick a car like the Golf, it's been out so long. How many years? I don't know. A lot. And it is just perfected. And this car is just like perfection. There's no holes in it. They configured the hybrid technology perfect. It can't be any better. So now that's gone to petrol, as it would, and we're driving along. And if I lift off, it is charging. It's just lift off, I'm charging. Braking, I'm charging. So that mode of battery charge is great if you want to say, go somewhere and have EV. So you use all your petrol and you use a bit, and you've got, so I might go, I'll give you an example, right? If I was to drive now to Surrey, I could go to this mode and I'd have 20 miles of battery back, because the petrol has regenerated that battery by accelerating and braking. Clever, isn't it? Lift off, charging, half a bar of green. Braking, I can't do it now, there's people behind me, but when I brake up here, we'll see that charge go right through. So you can adjust your driving to get yourself some battery back. And it's actually quite nice doing that. And you don't feel like, with the electric car, I always feel like I have to go really slow. Like I'm just always trying to save battery. Right, let's go here, braking, and that's gone to full charge on there, full charge. Let's go around here. Let's give it a bit of a run up here. What I'm going to do is, again, go to GTE. Let's go to full power, see what this has got. Handling's lovely. Let's turn it in. I thought it might feel a bit heavier, but it doesn't feel too bad to me. It feels pretty rapid. It feels really nice. So yeah, if you can share this video and maybe give some knowledge to other people, or you really enjoyed the last video with all the technical specs and that on the car, it'd be great if you could share that. I hope you enjoy these videos. I'm now going to be hopefully getting one of these, plugging it into my solar system at home, and hopefully I could do a lot of journeys at hardly any cost, which would be really cool. And also I could maybe tell you how many panels you need to charge a hybrid Golf, which might be quite nice to know. So if you had a garage at home, you could put the correct amount of panels on to just charge a car like this and gain yourself 20-25 miles of hybrid a day. Charge it at home in the day, have more again. You could use 50 miles. I'm just coming down this road. I drive it all the time and it feels fantastic through here. It drives lovely. So yeah, I hope you enjoy these videos. I'm going to carry on driving and then give the car back, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.